think that'll do. Okay, we gotta use this one for now. Kind of ashamed to myself that I don't use my ranger that often, but when do I really have a chance to use it? Unless it's Kingdom Quest, of course. Oh yeah, so we'll be starting up on the night now. And I've mentioned it plenty of times, but the night is really fun to me personally. Just compared to anyone else at the same level range that had to worry about dying. And I'm like, I don't have to worry about dying. It's too bad there's no one else to do this with over here. Let's see, let's bring the ranger right there. I mean, look at that. Can they do a darn thing to me? No, they can't. Alright, so I do need every single one of them. Also, yep, I got the phone. It was too good to pass up. You know, you sit on it kind of like a magic carpet, which I think is kind of funny. We should have a magic carpet in this game. Oh, not the ape. He can't do much to me anyway either. So we all know who's doing the heavy lifting. I wonder how hard it would be to just kill him with basically Earth Strike, that's it. You know what I need to get? I need to get the other pieces of that. Oh, I didn't even have that piece on. I didn't even know it. Just how little they could do to me. Takes quite a bit longer, but so that's what's funny about Earth Strike. You just use it as many times as you want. I almost don't want him stunned. Look, I can use Earth Strike faster. You know, kinda. Stick to the normal. We'll just stick to the normal here. We know what works. Yeah, I had to go get Jack in the Box before this, and I almost got stuck behind the train. Well, you like this repeat, don't you? It's the same as the Sheilas. Except nobody's ever at this spot. Unless Sheilas are full. I'm pretty sure I just used the Kingdom quests to level up, so I don't even have it on. I don't think I've ever done Neps on this character. But I leveled this one up a long, long time ago. Doing this one all the time, though. I think you used to have to get twice as many. I feel like it used to be 30 you needed here, not 15. But it's been so long. Guys don't like getting riled up, do they? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, I knew it was something like that. Is the one after this, Junks? Junks or Wrenches? I forget which one comes before the other. Ah, Wrenches. Well, that'll be a cinch as long as no one's there. I know I didn't have to enhance the sword, but I decided to do it anyway. I mean, the shield is the most important thing to me, but I guess I did it for the same reason. Well, I did have a +5 though. I like how +5 looks on the swords, on the one-hand and two-handed swords. I think +5 looks pretty cool. And it's got that lightning effect. Sometimes I wish I could choose what effect the enhancement looks like. I like the +9 for bows too. I think that looks the best. +9 looks way better on bows. You have to know that at least. And +11 blades. I like how +11 looks on a blade. I remember when +11 was all you got. I wish these guys respawned all at the same time. So you're thinking about coming back to the game, huh? Break time's over? Oh. How you liking the cap raise? And I can finally ask someone that's been through all the other cap raises. Die roll, wow. I think I've got like a level 10 over there. still wonder why they decided to make Cyril when the other servers were dead already. Besides Isia. Too bad you're not on Pag L. I've got level 100s there. Yeah, Cyril, I don't know what they were thinking. Or if they were thinking, because almost nobody tried it. I mean, at least when Outspark did Legel, it's because all the other servers were full. Somehow I crashed. But Cyril's just a normal server, that's why. They didn't do the kebbing experiment until after Cyril, I think, though. Hey, Westifer, what's going on? Well, I just crashed, so, you know, it's kind of the usual here. Well, it seemed really interesting at first when they were like, let's have a server capped at the 105 cap. And they did that after Cyril. I think a lot more people would have joined Cyril if they did the same thing. But now that they've, like, raised the cap so fast, so quickly over there, like, I don't know. It just seems kind of odd. It's weird. I don't think the code bases should have drifted that far. I wonder if they have to code things independently just because they're just different enough. Maybe. And there's a lot of spaghetti code to get through. That's what I've heard. A lot of spaghetti code. think a lot of people hate this repeat, but I haven't done it in a while. It's only one level anyway. But Onsoft was the one who originally developed the game. Did they give developer rights to GameGo before they went under? Or before they just stopped caring? Because it was originally the Korean game. That's the original version, is Korea. Like, House Park was never the developer. This is all ancient history we're talking about. I wonder if the original Korean devs were just experimenting on the different versions. There was a Japanese version, and I think there was one other version too. The Japanese files are the ones that leaked for the server binaries. I think it was called Bright Kingdom over there. Yeah, it's too bad the differences are probably too much for them to have tried migrating. I remember for the longest time they said server merges were impossible. Yeah, I think they were experimenting on different ones. As otherwise, isn't any reason they should have been on different like code bases or whatever. Somehow the night crashed again. Yep. People were asking for server merges like in 2011. And even all the way back then, they're like, no, that's completely impossible. It'll never happen. I remember that. I just thought it was funny how many times they said it was impossible, and then all of a sudden that it's what we're doing. I think they said the same thing about server transfers too. That's another one people have been asking about for like over 10 years. Can I move my character to this other server? That's another one they say that's completely impossible. I think Cobalt himself said that it was impossible back then. Was Cobalt on the German version all the way back then too? Because he started in like 2010 or something. Or maybe late 2009. Weird how you kill all of them at the same time, but they don't spawn back in at the same time. Like, how does that one just come before all the others? Maybe. But sometimes it's like one over there and then like two over here and then I'll all come. But yeah, sometimes they all come at the same time like that. But not often. You don't want to server transfer them over? What's it like being in the dead server having to do everything yourself? Isn't it kind of like a co-op game at that point? Do you even see any other people there? On Cyril? I've at least seen one or two people in Pagel. Like 10 people. Do they do like Kingdom Quests over there? Like, how do you get your pets? I'm pretty sure everyone over there's probably already got theirs. Have you done it enough times? Can you do it fast enough to do 3 of them? Just a little curious, because I remember when I was on Pagel, and how much stuff I had to do by myself, and it was not fun. And I finally just gave up, and I'm like, fine. I would go like weeks without seeing a single soul in there. Yeah, I have one full party. Makes sense. Oh, works on the weekends, like the opposite. I was doing Rockstone solo on Pagel. Rockstone solo, you don't want to be in that place. I only had a level 100 staff. Trying to do that for my other character. I'm like, I don't know about this one. It's basically like a mini boss. I mean, if you're trying to do it by yourself with no nothing. Well, most of the population is in vendors, you know that. But it's also just early in general. I don't see too many people get up early to do anything here. Not like I used to. We're getting back to like 2019 levels here of population. But it's worse in some ways. Already has been worse in some ways. No, I believe it. Well, it's not like this cap raise really is amazing or anything like that. Is you don't know what the community wants. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough in some ways. You see them complaining about the drop boosts too? That was always funny. Yeah, like, I don't really have any incentive to get the cap. If I don't get any new skill or weapon. Like, even if it was just a weapon I was looking forward to, that'd be something. Man, like, after... I swear, every time it happens, but after doing, like, corrupted souls and bugs for so long, like, seeing the XP meter go up so much from one turn-in, like, it makes these particular repeats not suck as much for me. Did the other caps have weapons at least, though? I feel like they mostly did, didn't they? Because I knew new skills are far and few between. Like 120, 110, and then 135. Except it didn't come with the 135 cap. Well, 105 didn't. That's the first cap I remember. But we had all kinds of new skills in the prestige classes, so... you definitely had something to look forward to there. And the 110 cap... I don't know if they had weapons, since no weapon is level 110. But we had the 105 cap for so long, you know... That one was probably kind of lame too back then. After being 105 for so long and now it's 110. But I don't know if the 110 skill came out then. Kind of going back in the archaeological record here. But 115, there was sure a lot to do then. Except the weapons were 114 for some unknown reason. So it was a lot to do for 115. I don't know about 120, but at least we had legendary weapons for that. 125's got King Albiero, but I don't know if that was with the cap raise or came after. It was funny how many people were expecting a cap raise. Well, that roadmap really messed them up, I think. I don't think they realized just how much they messed up with that roadmap when they're like, okay, we have to get all this done by the end of the year. And they're like, well, we can't do this and we can't do that. They're probably like at summertime, like, okay, we can't get this or that done, but we have to get the cap raise done at least before the end of the year, or else everyone's gonna be real mad. That's probably how it went. Just imagine if they're like, well, we couldn't get everything in and we can't even do the cap raise just yet. Like, how well would that have gone down? So now they're like, well, at least we got the cap raise done by the end of the year, right? That's something. That's just what I'm theorizing for that. Because I was already guessing by summertime, like, all this stuff is not coming out by the end of the year. I already had that guessed by summertime. Because I'm like, well, like, you know, Christmas is going to be all December. All of October is going to be Halloween. They were doing the, like, the Fiesta anniversary. I'm like, that's going to take all that month. So it's like, there's only a couple more, and I know they're not going to do more than one thing a month. So that's how I was figuring, like, okay, they're going to be skipping something here or there. Oh, hi DB, what's up? Oh, you just woke up, huh? That's funny. I'm sure, Kachiro, you did know that. You've been playing more hardcore than most people, I think. But after Easter, I kind of had a lot of hope, like, hey, maybe they can get all that roadmap done. Then the rest of it was lame. They should just release, like, more low-level stuff to make each level worth, you know, doing. Or something, I don't know. They can think of something. Can't they? They still haven't given a class every role. If it wasn't for sharpshooters having that 138 set, then they'd be in the same spot as rangers. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. It's true for the legendary weapons, except for the fact you have to do arena to do it. And arena is pretty dreary. I don't think I'd have the patience to get a legendary weapon under 120. It's a good thing you can't buy and sell those. What would it look like for that? A necromancer, well, the wizard was kinda that at 105. Summoning skeletons and all that. I wonder what the Koreans were originally envisioning for all the classes. Or if they were just winging it. That's what I kinda wonder. Well, that's for someone who has a time enough to do that, and patience. You need time and patience to get that. I mean, nobody's even actually playing Arena. You just gotta hope you're on the side that has the people that's taken the flag. Because they already got their legendary weapons. You know what I mean? It's not like you're actually doing anything in there. Unless you want to try PvPing for fun. But like I said, everyone's got legendary weapons basically in there already. So what are you really gonna do to them? Yeah, I guess that's pretty true. There's still a lot to do when you can just get a normal weapon for way less effort. People just charm anyway if they need extra damage or defense when they're farming stuff. I'm sure people are charming even with legendary weapons. Really? I remember going in there one time, and those things were like sponges. Man, I couldn't really put a dent in anyone with a normal weapon. I just had so much HP. And DDM, that's the other one. Because I had a couple quests, well this was a long time ago too. So I had a couple quests in there, and I was with someone else, and we're like, hey, let's try that out real quick, huh? But no, it took us forever just to get, like, one of the floors or one of the areas done. We're like, nah, forget this. Yeah, that's... They've dug themselves in a hole there. And braces. Everyone's got a brace, too, so everyone's stronger, everyone's harder to kill. They're kind of in a bind of their own making. It's more game-changing than I think they realized. They probably don't have any perms in those low levels. They probably didn't understand how big of a deal it was. Yeah. Yeah. And having all that extra defense for free. Not even including a plus enhanced armor. Next thing you know, they're gonna be putting low-level talismans out. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I have one on somebody. But the level 1 is like... I think, isn't that 400? Like 2 or 400? Like, that's crazy enough by itself, too. The 95, those ones are kind of more alright. But the normal, like, defense-only bracelets, like physical defense only. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, tier 2 is level... Yeah, there you go. 40. Makes a big difference when you're still... Especially if you're a mage. All that defense makes a huge difference. Something about these things dying at the same time is messing it up, but only sometimes. It does that same stutter that would crash me in NSH. You know how you can feel that stutter and you know I'm just about to crash in a split second? It's that same thing. Except without critical hit sounds. That was a long time ago, though, huh? You know what's funny, Westford, is it seems more balanced at 140 than the lower levels. Yeah, Cowie getting a ring instantly when it was still hard to come by. And he's like, what are you talking about? Somehow he stayed over there. Yeah. It's all about proportions. That's why the 140 bracelet is fine. Even the original bracelets that were defense only, which started at 100, those were all pretty balanced. They helped out a lot, but they weren't like, you know, making you Superman or anything. But if you have a level 1 bracelet at level 20, like, that's a lot. There we go, that time. Yeah, yeah. Pretty much if you have a low level bracelet, you don't need to enhance armor. You just need whatever you got lying around, whatever you can afford. Well, Westifer, it's a good thing that I've seen so much of those 140 tainted sets on sale. Pretty good price after that latest drop boost. Yeah, I have one of those. I have a level 60 bracelet. It's a game changer. Especially on the mage. I can only imagine what it's like on a fighter. You'd be like unkillable. What is it? What is it about it that does that? Like, comes in waves. I remember when Fortress of Shadows used to force me to crash too. You should just do a bunch of dailies. If you got a bunch of characters to do dailies on, then you can get a couple bucks that way. Or you could just buy some tokens. Yeah, the tornado daily. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't even think they know what they were thinking. They're like, let's just make it harder for everyone. Like that one was one of the easiest, like, I can see some progress happening per day thing. Like, that's the whole point of a daily, is that you can see progress happening with those. The other ones don't give any experience compared to that. And they're like, nah, we can't let them have fun. Get it out of here. I didn't switch screens so well. Is that the kill 25 of everything daily? Yeah. Yeah, that's still a good one. I'm half surprised they didn't nerf that too. It made it to where I didn't really have to do Corrupted Souls if I wasn't speedrunning. If I could just do the kill 25 of everything and the tornado, and the ghosts if I had someone else to kill it for me, like, I was pretty golden. It was gonna take a while to level up, but that's still something you could do. Not anymore, really. I mean, still, at least it's a help for 136, but nowhere near what it used to be. Cobalt said that it was too crazy. I remember when he was talking about people on Discord about it. Nobody was happy about it. And he's like, well, maybe we'll see about adding something in with the same functionality or something, however he worded it. I'm like, he just wants to make everyone be quiet about it so that we forget. But I didn't forget. I guess I enjoy it while I can have it to 134. Well, you know, 1 isn't too bad. Or 3. 3 gives you a decent amount of experience after the desert of 2. After 2, like, you really do appreciate 3. You don't like 1 and 2. Well, 1 isn't that bad. I mean, 1 used to be a lot worse when they only had 4 Perculas in the one spot. And you had to time it all weird. Well, I mean, Predators could be full, too. Are there that many spots? I only went to the 2 that I know about, and they were both full. So I was like, nah. I stuttered again. I wonder if the stutter that happens coincides with Crash. Oh, and DB, we're talking about the level 130 tornado daily that used to be up to 140. That was amazing. It was great, and then they stole it from us for no reason, just to be mean. There's no reason to take that away. Yeah, they can say whatever they want, but it's not going to convince me, and I don't think it's going to convince anyone. It's like, it's a daily, for crying out loud. Can't even, there's no way to spam it. There's no way to take advantage of it. They're the ones that made it give that much in the first place. XP and all that. I mean, you don't get any money from it, really. You get 1 gold from it. So it can't be that. Like, there's just nothing they can say to justify it. Besides that they wanted to do it. Well, maybe, but it doesn't give twice as much experience over there. And you have, don't you have, doesn't it take more XP just to level up over there? So even then, I don't really see the rationale for it, even for that. Because it probably gave less, but even if it didn't, it still takes more to level up. It's just one guy spawning first again. Oh, it's 2 guys spawning first. Maybe people complained over there. No, you know what the worst one is? To get the 135 skill. To go into the Temple of Hopelessness and do all that stuff to get the 135 skill. When you can just buy the upgrade. There should be some balance, though. It shouldn't be that stupid. But then at the same time, like, when it comes to the new dailies, or not the new dailies, the new repeats for 140 to 145, like, there's 0 things to do there. You just start repeating immediately. We gotta have some middle ground there. Wouldn't it be funny if they just made all the upgrades to that skill require extra quests too, though? That would be kind of funny, actually. Well, that's what I try and tell them, but, you know, you think they're gonna listen to us? If I could get like half of the level done with normal quests, like, I think a lot of people would be happy. They just don't realize it. I'd almost bring grinding back. I almost prefer that to repeats at that point. If I'm gonna stand in one spot, at least don't make me have to turn it in all the time. That's somebody actually said that. They're like, can you just make the quests auto turn in and auto pick up? And I'm like, well, isn't that just grinding? Why don't you just do that at that point? Man, he didn't even try with that name. Some of them actually kind of try with the names. I think they want to ban evade longer than the average bot. I don't like doing repeats all the time. Not for the whole level. I don't. I liked when you could do at least some of the level with the normal quests that came with. I mean, at least with like 136, you're kind of forced to if you want to get to the repeat. So many complaints for little spending. Yeah, maybe. Perhaps, perhaps. I think I'm just voicing what most normal players think, though. Ooh, a shiny. Like, most players aren't spending a bunch of money like the top people are. They don't want to spend 6 hours to get one level. With Quest Booster, too. 6 concentration. I always try and kill the shinies to see if I'll ever get a charm to drop ever again. They don't bring in money. 500 euros in 3 weeks? Man, like, I could never get up to that point. I could be a millionaire, and I'm not spending that much for that much. That much in 3 weeks. Not even a month. I think there's a way to turn them off. So grab that. I don't need a Delia though. Back to wasting money. Well, hey, you could buy Twitch Turbo. There you go, right? I was thinking of doing it. Twitch wasn't a fan of that. You know they're gonna do. They weren't a fan of that. They want you to buy the turbo. I don't think it's a bad deal if you watch a ton of people. Like, some people watch an insane amount of Twitch. So hell not Twitch. I pay for YouTube Premium. But I watch a lot of YouTube. I mean, technically, I guess, watch. I listen to it at work. Yeah, somehow I missed one. It's the kind of crash that kicks you out of the party, too. Well, we gotta wait for these two to come back. Euros. How much is turbo for in euros? It is 12. That's kind of what I thought. So they like, you don't need to translate between currencies. It's $12 a month. I'm pretty sure. I wonder if it's 12 pounds too. That would just be what they'd be thinking, I think. I mean, video game consoles and stuff do that too. They're like, do we need to translate between dollars and other people's currency? Nah, we won't do that. Even though it makes it way more expensive in some other countries. The classic, alright. They're such a weirdly designed mob, it's kind of funny they never used the giraffes ever again. It's a different one? Wait, is that true? That's crazy. Well, I guess Twitch just takes a flat percentage off. Isn't that only just the euro and pounds, though? I don't think any other currency is worth more than the dollar that gets regularly used here. Let's see, we'll, Will mist do it? No, I don't know if I'll find out what makes it happen. Black? What do you mean black? You mean the tornadoes? Black Sheilas? They're just called normal Sheilas at this level. But I'm pretty sure they give the same amount. Be it Sheilas or Leipoons, the giraffes. Yeah, they give the same. But Sheilas are more annoying to mob. At least they seem like it to me. Yeah, it's the same for me, cause, well, I remember when the euro got almost 1-to-1 with the dollar for a little bit there. I was like, whoa. It's like a couple of years ago. You know, for a little while, it seemed like they were gonna add Sheilas for like every level. So you had the fire ones, and then the normal ones, and then Veil. But then I guess they decided they had enough. I wonder what causes my knight to keep crashing. I think it's some combination of like the animation for the skill plus the dying animation. Something must like try to overlap. You wrenches and junks. This will be the first time I actually did them to level up. Isn't that kind of funny? You've been awake for 4 hours now. Wait, isn't that like afternoon over there? It's like 2 over there. I've got it set to, I've got the clock on the windows. I have it set to Hamburg. There's got a world clock here, so I have all the kinds of times. It's weird what what Windows has on there and what they don't have. I guess because they're just thinking about more of the actual time zone and not what city are you actually in. Because I was trying to do some funny ones, like just teeny tiny weird sounding towns, but Windows kept not knowing what I was talking about. Especially in England, there's a lot of weird sounding towns there. But at least they had Nottingham, so I could do that one. I think when I have the ape with them, I think that's what throws some kind of animation off. Well, you getting amber lights there? That's like the easiest place to get them, isn't it? Oh, 45 tricks. Is that a good piece of armor to have? You know I never made a tricks before, so I don't even know what to have and what not to have. Was that so? Is DDM the level 81 or 70 or whatever? Or is that the lower level one? Ah, that's the lower level one. So, any of them. But I don't think I've tried the 40 to 51 like ever. Are they like damaged sponges in that one too? I would assume so, but sometimes things are different with the levels. I mean, you know how they are about balancing things. So maybe sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. Like, have you ever done Sora? Because they balance Sora very strangely between the different level ranges, so you can't always count on it being the same. No, I think the funny one is when you go to that one room where you have to kill them in order. Because some people just don't understand. And it takes forever to do. You know the room. But then other people, even at the end, like in the lower level ones, some people just can't wrap their head around the fact that you're supposed to attack the chest and not Sora when the chest appears. Like, some people just don't get it. I'm like, oh well. MB is pretty straightforward. It'd be nice if we had like a Cap Sora. Doesn't that stop at 135? Pretty sure it did. 100% charmed 95% of the time. That's you, alright. Haven't you ever been in that one room where you have to kill them in order and somebody keeps killing them out of order because they want to finish the quest? That's what takes that room so long. Because as soon as you kill the wrong person, then it resets resets them all. And then The more damage everyone has, the more often that can happen. No. I haven't done it in a while, but no. What, do they just melt them? Do the bosses just get melted? I have to manually allow that every time. It shouldn't have been it should have been long enough to where it didn't do that again. I don't know why Twitch is trying to do that right now and it's like everyone's still asleep. Probably hardly anyone watching over here at this time of morning. I guess I've never charmed up for any Kingdom quests anyways. So I would never have known. But I don't think anyone else really goes in the Sora charmed. So I never saw that happen either. Does it? Does it actually say that? Yeah, man, it just makes you not want to get it. I hear YouTube is getting crazy too. But you can at least ad block YouTube. You just can't really ad block YouTube on the phone that easily. That's pretty much, that's one of the only reasons I have YouTube Premium, honestly. Because on the computer, I can download it whether YouTube likes it or not. And I can just ad block whether they like it or not. Plus, everyone in the family buys like 1 or 2 streaming services so that we have them all. And so I got the YouTube Premium like family plan. Felt a stutter there, but I guess as long as they don't, I guess as long as they don't die right when I get the stutter, then I don't crash. Yeah. Well, everyone lives too far away. They like they don't let you share passwords like that. They're all the streaming services are trying to crack down on that. I mean, it's like they're just asking for me to be a pirate. If anything was worth pirating these days. That's the funny part. They pretty much only pirate the old stuff. Yeah, I buy Crunchyroll too. You know what's funny is I get Paramount Plus for free with Walmart because I work there. So I guess you can throw that in there. I don't pay for Spotify though. I've never used a streaming service for music. I have all my music on the actual phone. Or iPod. I have an iPod in the car still. I don't have to worry about dead zones that way. Yeah, that's what my mom does for my brother and sister and herself. But I've just always liked having my music with me at all times. I've got like one giant mega playlist that's like it's gonna have like 1,300 songs in it. Don't tell Amazon that I got a bunch of audiobooks too. Oh, there it happened again. It's like an automatic thing. But I've got the MP3s though. I know you can download stuff within these apps, but you still have to check in with the server like every like 2 weeks or a month or whatever it is, depending on the service. Like when you download it, you're not actually getting the MP3 or video. Well, it's not like you're playing phone games, are you? Oh, you do? Well, then I can see why, why you'd have to have some internet then. I don't think any of the phone games work without internet anymore, do they? None of the big ones. Well, you got premium, you just download stuff ahead of time. Nah, that's weird. Or just download your watch later playlists. I've done that before if I know I'm going into a dead zone. In tunnels. We've only got like one tunnel here. There's only one tunnel that I've ever been in. In South Phoenix. The ground is really hard here. It's like digging through concrete. That's also why we don't have basements here. I wish we had basements. It would always be cooler in the basement. If you're ever driving in between, like, states, there's usually plenty of dead zones there. But depending on your service provider, there might be dead zones within cities. There isn't equal coverage for every carrier. Well, I generally don't either. But when I have to, then I will pre-download stuff. Well, the only other time is... so Walmart, that's where I work, they used to not have Wi-Fi there. So I didn't want to burn up all my data just listening to YouTube all night. So I would, like, pre-download stuff before I left home. So that's another reason why I do it. You can burn up through that data pretty quick if you're not paying attention. And that's no good. Well, they're all unlimited here, but you just have limited fast data. I don't need to pay to have actual unlimited fast data when it's unnecessary. I don't even use all the data usually, but if I was using YouTube all the time, as I'm listening to something for like 10 hours a day, and that data adds up day after day. 130 bucks. For 6 people, that's not too bad. I've got like 5 gigabytes of unlimited fast data, And then it's unlimited technically, but then it goes down to like 2G speeds. But I only pay like $25 a month for that. The only downside is it's AT&T. That's the downside. And AT&T does not have the best coverage in Arizona. Not like Verizon. But even Verizon's like cheapest plan is like way expensive. They know they're the best ones out here. They know they can charge more when they're the best. And 5 gigabytes would get me about 3/4 of the way through the month, so I probably wouldn't have to pay that much extra if I wanted to, but they have Wi-Fi now, so now I don't have to worry about any data use. But I do have to worry about ads, so that's why I have to get premium anyways. What a shame. Well, we did go on a road trip too, like a year ago. So that was the time we were definitely driving in between states, so I had to make sure I had stuff downloaded. That's usually a special case there. Well, plus I have my iPod for the car itself. Then I don't have to worry about anything. I just have to manually update it whenever I want to update it. But then I just have everything on there no matter what, as far as songs goes. Do you guys ever listen to the radio over there? In Europe? Or do you guys all just playing Spotify like over here, for the most part? Well, you gotta know some people that have a car, right? Don't you have a radio at your house? You don't? You don't have a hi-fi system with a FM tuner? Radio is free. I mean, I know you don't have to listen to it for driving, but you don't just listen to it for background music? I don't have to pay anything for that. That's interesting. Do you know anyone with a radio at home? Hmm. You don't know anyone with, like, a radio at all? Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, even the British people still listen to radio. They got like their BBC or whatever their radio station for BBC is called. The answer still says no. Is that why European cars have such bad radios in them? Must be. Atrophied. They can't even talk properly. You know what's funny is listening to a French person with a heavy French accent speaking in English. That never fails to crack me up, I'll tell you what. That gets me to smile every single time. You don't like them? Yeah, I might add it again. You had a bad experience with them or something? You've heard them when they speak English in a thick accent, though, right? It's hilarious. I love it. Maybe it's because the least... Maybe I've heard it the least. Like, I've heard Russian people speaking with a Russian accent more than I've heard French people speaking English. It's like one of the most rare variants of ESL. You got scammed by some Frenchies? You get scammed over there? Oh, someone's over here. Oh no, they left. I guess they didn't see me. You did? What was Paris like? I only know Paris from, like, the movies. What's it like over there? Really? It's that bad? Not even Berlin was that bad? I don't know what Berlin's like either. I only know that from, like, movies. It's held for aggression. Is it doing that again? Someone needs to come up with a good Twitch ad block again. That's what I really need. It ended with a turbo ad again. How long was that ad? Like, whenever I get an ad from Twitch, it's like 1.5 minutes long. Well, at least we're not left to, like, YouTube levels of ads. I've seen those ads go on for, like, it's like 6 of them in a row. I don't know how people stand it without premium or an ad block. I don't know how they live. Like, cable TV didn't have that many ads. Can get up to 3 minutes? Why on earth would anyone do that? Just asking people to leave. Well, I guess if you have like a couple hundred viewers, maybe you would, but I wouldn't. For subs, yeah. Just have a subathons. A lot of people watching Twitch seem to have a lot of money. The amount of times I see a subathon and I'll just get a random gift sub even if I've never watched them before in my life. Crazy. It's full on crazy. Yeah, from people you've never seen. It gets crazy, it gets wild. There's been a couple times, that does happen to me too. There's been a couple times where it's like, it's something when I never would have, like, considered watching. I don't know how Twitch determines who gets the random ones. Oh, is that so? Well, I can see how that would happen then. Do you leave it unattended? Or are you only just, like, half paying attention in the background or whatever? You said you got 2 open. Are you just switching between whoever you're watching? I see. Getting thrown around. Some random streamer you've never seen. Yeah, yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of people are talkative these days. If you look at the just chatting category, that's like half of what I see on Twitch these days. Just chatting. Everyone's just talking. That's it. Oh, it's up there. Of course. We'll just kill these first. What a world we live in. We live in a society. Well, a lot of people seem to like it, though. That's the thing. If nobody liked it, nobody would be watching it. Well, everyone likes that. On track there. I have to go reset in a little bit, maybe 10 more minutes. I guess they don't they don't care about that. They're like, we can't have you saying expletives towards Twitch. Or French people, I guess. They didn't even highlight the people part, though. It highlighted the I hate French. Like, you could be saying I hate French fries and it might have flagged it. Just wait till they have the AI watching all the messages. You know, that's coming one day. It does do it! It does do that. Yeah, so it's dumb. It's literally just a word filter. That does seem lazy though, like Twitch though. They would be lazy like that. I don't think anyone actually hates French fries. They're so good. They're just too perfect. Are they called fries over there? In like most of Europe? Are they just called fries? Because I know British people call them chips. Or what do Euros call them? What do the French call them? That would be interesting. Yeah, are they just called like fries though? Yeah, they were like more of a Belgian thing, I think. But anymore, a lot of people here just end up shortening it to fries as well. Not everyone calls them French fries anymore. We were just usually calling them fries as well. But we still have French toast. I wonder what French toast is called like in the rest of the world. It's kind of that's kind of similar to Spanish. In Spanish, it's papas fritas. Doesn't that mean apple or something though? Don't French call a lot of fruits like some kind of apple? I remember hearing one language calls them ground apples, but I forget which one it was. It's like apple of the earth. It does mean apples? That's what I thought. It is French. I know you do. Well, what's French fries? I mean, what's fries in French? I mean, I mean in German. Credit every second of it. I took it like once in 4th grade. I could count up to 20 in French, and that's like it. Like it's technically 29. You say the same thing? Well, how do you say apple in German? You call everything apples too? Apfel? So I guess the other one must mean potato. Why are the French so weird? I thought that one meant apple in French. Ooh, another shiny. One day I'm gonna see a charm drop from them. One day. What an odd name. What a very odd name this spammer has. Huh. I wonder if they try, like I said, I wonder if they try and make the name sound kind of organic to not get banned as easily. Well, I got 10 minutes on my CEs, so I gotta go reset those real quick. It's nice that I can just leave my knight there, and they won't be able to kill it. It's pretty nice. If you have an Elga warp scroll, I wonder where it actually warps you to. It'd be funny if it warped you to one of those bubbles out there. Nice to see that 179 back. Oof. Yeah, I bet that's gonna be a bit interesting. Maybe you should make a ranger for making the gauge go up. So guess who was disgusted by that fact? I'll take a wild guess. Yeah, you've never been a fan. Well, what about when Rangers first came out though? I mean, they were better off when they first came out, like at the 105 cap, right? Back when nobody knew who was gonna be doing what. 2 minutes? Damn. And Twitch embeds them directly into the video feed. That's the worst part about Twitch, is they embed it completely in there. Well, there I go again. Yeah. Well, they should just make it cheaper. More people would buy it if it was cheaper. Make it like $10 or something. Make it like $7 like Crunchyroll used to be. Because once you get to double digits, I'm going to be expecting a lot more than just no ads. Yeah, why 12? Why is 12 the magic number for them? We'll never know what goes on in their mind. or if anything's going on in there. Man, what what gets flagged and what doesn't get flagged? You'd think that'd be in like the level 0 flag. Saying something like that. But you can't say I ate French fries. Yeah, just not the French fries. You gotta leave those alone. What else are we supposed to think? Yeah, that's taking it too far. Bijou Sanctuary. I wonder if anyone's actually doing it. No. Oh yeah, Midnight Brigade did just start, didn't it? Oh, everyone's in the cap one. Maybe I'll go on the cap one. Be a nice change of pace. I think it's always funny when I go in there as a ranger. Like, when I go into Midnight Brigade as ranger, I'm, like, literally just there for fun. Well, yeah, because I could just sit back and fire arrows. I don't have to do anything. Things getting bad, I could just go invisible. What are they gonna do about it? I just run straight through all the mobs invisible. I don't have to worry about dragging any of them back. I get to use bomb arrow. Not bad. I mean, because if I'm on a sharpshooter, then I have to use the ice if there's a tricks there. You know, I gotta be more of a team player then. Should just be there as a... Should go there as a cleric and just keep healing the clad. They get so mad. They get so mad if you just keep healing them. Is the damage disparity that big? Big? It's that different? You never know that just looking at the weapons. But it's been like that since time immemorial, I know that. I don't know why they hate Rangers so much, too. I don't know what Ranger ever did to them. Then again, if Sharpshooter didn't have the slow, like, man, that's another one. No, it's 100% true. You can't change your mind to anything else. It's just what happened. Well, I guess they are good for power leveling if you're doing that on the cheap. I should do a test of when they both have nature speed on and off. Even with nature speed, they could at least equal that damage out. Just made on Ranger like the DOTs like stick all the time. That'd be a good trade. They gotta do something though. If they even care. Well, maybe what if they made bomb arrow like take off like a percentage? Or what if they made entrap like do something extra? They should make entrap hit 100% of the time. That should not depend on aim when it's on the ground like that. Like, it's kind of ridiculous that entrap can actually miss. Like, isn't that the whole point of a trap? Got the slash set back, wouldn't that be funny? Isn't it funny that they coded it in the game like that to begin with? Just funny, they're like, man, I want this set to work, but it doesn't look like it's taken this much off of them. Make it affect the mob instead. I'm talking about slash set. How it used to work. How it affected the mob's defense. Instead of just adding 20% of the defense debuff. That's what I thought it did, originally. If you take off, like, 200 defense, then it would take 20% extra of that. It sure was crazy though when slash set hit back in the old days. Maybe it was just harder to tell when stuff didn't have crazy stats. It is a level 35 set, like how are you going to really tell on a level 40 monster whether you dealt extra defense or if you affected it? I think the level, whatever the aim one is, immobilize, I think that still works the same way though. I don't think they ever changed that one. Yeah, I think it's 75. Because there are still sets that say it increases the effect. Well, I don't know, because if you can reduce the evasion of like a boss by 20% or whatever percent it is, I think that'd be pretty significant if not everyone has aim SC on or whatever. Or if they just have bad aim. I'm pretty sure they do. Or else it wouldn't do anything, though. If they didn't have dex, then the skill wouldn't do anything. They have to have dex somewhere in there. It says decreases dexterity. So, I mean, they have to have dexterity in them. But then wouldn't that mean that the base skill doesn't work? Because the base skill is all about reducing dex. I mean, I guess it's kind of impossible without seeing the monsters. No, monster's gonna have way more than that. I mean, this reduces it by 270. They've probably got to have, like, to have the evasion they have, they'd have to have, like, a ton of decks. I mean, because you can test it on something weak that would bring him into negative, or just 0. I don't think they miss you all the time, though. It's too bad there's no way to know what defense, or what, decks anything has. If it's past level 120, then yeah. 120 is when they start changing, going away from the regular stats. Or are you saying it just wouldn't affect the set's decks either? It still counts as yours though, doesn't it? We have to test something like that out. Well, but no, because does the cleric skill, the AoE skill, doesn't that reduce strength? But if it hits you, like if it hits a mage, it takes like all of my strength away. Like that hits a 0, because I know the ghost cleric can do that. And it doesn't matter if I have any damage on my weapon. The strength is still gone. I guess I haven't tried hitting something afterwards. I should try that. Because I've looked in there and my strength is 0. I'll have to try hitting something, like smacking it with my staff or whatever. No, but if I took my staff off, I wonder what it would do. Would it be 0s then? Alright, it started. Fiesta's kind of obtuse when it comes to trying to figure out how stuff works. The rationale. I want to test that out, though. This guy's on a donkey and everything. But yeah, I've got to see. I'd have to go into, like, maybe Free Battle Zone 2. They don't have anyone in there. Just to see what it does to the decks and to my, aim and evasion. I don't have the, level 75 set, though. I have to go buy it. I definitely know I don't have it. Because there's also there's a set that does the same with demoralizing hit, I think. It says it increases the effect. So I wonder if that actually works the same way. Fiesta can be so weird sometimes. These guys keep coming after me. Go after the mages. Gone. I'll have to see if any are for sale too, just in case. I think the level 65 set is the one that increases demoralizing hit. I'm pretty sure I have one of those somewhere. Gathering them all up, I hope he stays over there. Nice. Stay after me for too long. I don't know how the boss got over here. Sucks that using poison on them just makes them stun you for like a minute. Maybe more like 2 minutes. It hits like 3 times. Yeah, I got space there. Thanks. I've got to give that a test. Oh, the death aura. Alright, thanks for stopping by though. And thanks for that set. I'm gonna be doing those tests for sure. I'm too curious now, and I'm gonna do a couple other ones too. Because Fiesta is just so weird with how it decides things. Turn that into a video. I'll move the death aura again. Oh, it's a massacre. She's iced though. Got her on ice. Glad she's not icing me though. Sometimes you get frozen to the spot. She's like that. Not bad. Sharpshooter, know not to do it. Maybe. Oh, it missed. Well, I'm just gonna sit back here and see, I'm helping, but I don't have to do anything. The best part. Just sit back, relax. Fire off a poison one or two. Look at that, I'm being helpful, technically. I used to do that all the time in Mini Dragon back in the real old days. Back when it was actually kind of hard to do. Because Mini Dragon would fly up and then slam down, and the AoE would kill me every time on my mage. But the archer could stand out of range of the AoE. So I was like, alright. I stood back, and that was all there was to it. Oh, barely. Only a couple minutes. Couple o' minutes. What time is it? 7:30. I think I'll have to wrap this up. Wrap this up in a good 20 or so minutes. Did they say anything? No, we're not leaving early. Making sure. Sometimes we leave earlier than other days. Let's see, do I have... No, I do have another one in that range. 116. Whoops. Let's get out of here. Skedaddle. Oh, party monster. I still need to get that. Maybe it would actually be easier to see on a higher level one. much dex do I even have? 408. This takes off 270. Yeah, maybe it would be kind of hard to see on such a low amount. Maybe I should just make it the sharpshooter, or I mean the ranger. So what do I have? 820. Might be a little easier to see. What's for sale? Kind of got to take a look at that. These look purple on the thumbnail. I wonder if they're actually purple. $27. Wait, how much are the earrings? Well, I guess it's not terrible. 30. Good for one with extra defense above all else. 20 gems though. Guess I'd just be looking for extra aim on there, but defense as well. And I have a feeling I'll be searching for a good one of those for a while. Got any claws? Now, if any weapon didn't need extra aim, it'd be the claws. Look at that. 6,000 for free. Ooh. I forgot. That was part of the vitality thing. I wonder if I can tell just with its... See, I'll attack. Do I ever miss? Not really. Okay, well, does it ever miss me, really? Let's see, there's one... Man, he kind of attacks slow, though. Kind of hard to tell with just him. There's another. I wonder what attacks faster. Seems to miss enough. What did the normal amount do? Stop powering up. It's not going to do anything. He's missing like all the time now. We're getting blocked. He is missing like all the time. Maybe he doesn't have a lot of def, or I mean dex. Yeah, I'd have to try with something else, I think. I wouldn't even notice. There, he finally hit me once. There, he hit me twice. Well, he's still missing way more often. We have to go higher level. I won't have enough time, but I'm gonna be 116 next time anyway. Oh, you hit faster, don't you? Kinda. You still kinda have a bad aim without anything. Oh man, not the double hit, no. You should never hit me now. Unless you get blocked. Oh wait, then he hits me. Dude, how is Fiesta like deciding these things? How does he miss me like 4 times in a row without it? I think I'd have to go in free battle zone to actually know. He's still hitting me. I don't think he has enough dex though to notice because yeah, I don't think he has enough to really notice. See, I'm only 115, I can't make it all the way over there. I can go to Cahal's snowfield, or not. I think I can. Let's go to free battle zone at least. Let me see that. At least I can see numbers then. Alright, I'm coming. I'm gonna drive by him. Running you over. Make sure nobody's in here. Nah. There's almost nobody ever in here though. Alright, so it should go bound by a 270. think so. $552. 550 to 820. Probably about 270. I missed. I missed again. Oh, wow. 390. I'm gonna have to plug it into a calculator, but that takes it down a lot. Yeah, 820 to 390. It was 820, right? Yeah, 820 to 390. Let me open up note here. Normal set was what, 550, I think? Yeah, 550. And then with set 390. Yep. Its effect duration of demoralizing hit. Let's try that out too. I should reduce it by reduce damage by 610. Is that STR? No, that is literally just damage, I think. See in just a sec. Wait, did it do anything? Wait, 15, 50, 15, 17. It's not doing anything to it. Actually, let me see something one more time. Friggin' missed again. It's got reduced defense. I think that directly affects that. It just lasts for a while. 262. I think 262. It doesn't really do much, does it? No wonder Slash set was so crazy. Let me look at the aim now. What's the aim? 69, nice. 69, 74. I keep missing, no. I didn't do that much to the aim. What do I have dex on over here? On anything? It's on something. This doesn't have any dex. Dex doesn't exist at these levels on stuff. And the weapon? No. Okay, let's take everything off. including the weapon. Now it's my dex is still 816. It's still in the green though. It's quite a difference there, huh? So it's taking about as much off. My aim look like now though. 387 to 816. Well, I guess if I just put my hat back on, it's a big difference. I don't think I can. No, I can't. I still have so much evasion. Look how much evasion I get just from that. I'm still missing sometimes. $1080, $1850. It does depend on quite a bit, doesn't it? I'm doing a lot of missing though, I'll tell you that. It doesn't look like demoralizing hit does anything though. 268. Or is it very teeny tiny? It's this one is supposed to reduce damage by 610 or something. Oh, it does. It does. It's very, very tiny for that. It's literally damage. Man, if I thought it was useless before. 849, so it should go down to like 2 something. Nine? Did it go up? 54, 903. No, it looks like it's working more than it says. It says it's supposed to take off 610 damage. It almost seems like it's taking off almost 1,000. I mean, still not like much of anything. Interesting. Oh well. We've learned how useless demoralizing hit is, don't we? It seems to affect monsters more, though. Let's see, does any of these affect? I don't think. Archer doesn't really have any skills that increase the effect of anything. Increase the effect of this just means it lasts longer. I missed. I have 1969 aim. 5,700 evasion. Well, it's just about 8 o'clock, so we gotta get out of here. But it does seem to work directly on decks. And I keep missing, wow. You go all the way over there? Like you're using a warp scroll to get in here. Well, I think that'll just about do it here. This person is trying to sell 2 gems for the blue petals. What a ripoff. What a 100% ripoff. Because I know I went to CG and there they were for like 500, for like 25 golds per stack. I wish they stacked up to 100. I know I have level 60 somewhere. Well, I guess we did learn that it does affect Dex directly. But I'm gonna have to test it on something I can actually tell with the aim. Maybe Glad on one of the ghosts. I'll be able to tell more. Before I go, though, I need to see that with the mage. Warrock. I clicked it twice. So pretend like I didn't click it twice. Let's see. I wonder if the buff the cleric gives you actually works too. Should test that out. We did see though when it's just talking about pure dex, which is something monsters should just have. They don't have any equipment. Yeah, this is an interesting discussion I'm having with myself here. Give me that buff for free. Let me see it. Oh, they can't see me anymore. That's right. I forgot. Grimjaw, look at that. Hey, buddy boy, what are you doing? What are you up to, huh? Can't do anything about it, can ya? I can sneak attack you like it's nothing. You would literally not even see it coming. So you've got a weapon, but you also have SP. I wonder if everything works differently for you, specifically. In the MDef? I'm 1. So I'm hitting like 264. Don't do it again right now, okay? Not yet. Oh, told you not yet. Yeah, I'll get him lower, and then I'll get it on me again. Do it again. Do it again. $630. I'm criticaling too much. They were all critical hits. So it did almost nothing, even though I had 1 strength. What about if I punch, though? Actually, we'll take care of you real quick. What about punching? Punching down. It's kind of funny, I can just waltz right up. I need a weapon. Get it? No. We have that one already. It's taking you so long. I gotta keep attacking him for him to keep doing it. Very good. A lot of tests to do, I gotta say. There's a lot of tests to do. This guy just watching over here. Well, I got a lot more testing to do, so that'll do it for now. On this latest stint. I gotta say, though, I did forget that they're level 130, so now they don't see me. That almost makes me want to get everyone up to 141, just so, just for fun there. Here, let's go stand by, our brethren here. Yeah? How about it? Look what I finally found. I finally found one for 1 gem. That's it, man. That's it. Alright, I gotta go for reals now. But until next time... What? Don't you walk away from me. But until then, I'm ending it here. See ya.